be sick. It's just I have to stop sharing ideas on the internet because me and the boys came up with an idea, and we're not sure, but we're pretty sure we came up with it 2 years ago live on Twitch.
Okay.
And then the exact name and product is now a thing. Filed in 2019, Kyle believes.
Do I want to know what it is?
Well, I guess it's fine now because someone stole it. We don't know. So I remember from a very young age, and it's common. It's common. I have clammy hands. And it's part of tied in my anxiety, right? Because you have physiological results from a mental state, right? So I have clammy hands often, and then when I'm gaming and adrenaline's a little high, my hands are extra clammy, and so sometimes you're slipping around on this thing. I was like, how about we get some gamer goo? And
it's like tacky for...
I was thinking chalk or tacky for gaming. And then a company literally came out with a product called Gamer Goo, all in the words. Those words.
All one word?
No, two words. But those exact thing.
Yeah, look it up.
When I swear it wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
I think there had been a Gamer Chalk or something before that, or Gamer Grip. There was a Gamer Grip.
Yeah.
Before that. But I've never heard of a Gamer Goo.
I think, I don't know. I think we talked about it a long time ago. I don't know. I think I was still in Eldorado Hills when we talked about that. That was a long time ago. It was 2+ years ago, I think.
And then Kyle found it on the internet in an article, and someone stole our idea.
Yeah, because I saw it pop up, and the person was like, surprisingly, this is a really good product.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. No, it's a good idea.
And then finally...
It's so like when you're holding a controller, Jim, when you're gaming. You know? Yeah, you got to yeah.
And then for the first time ever, the boys gave me credit and said, you know, Mike?
Dude, this has
you have some good ideas. That's what they said to me today in the kitchen, Jim. It was the first time, I don't know, I don't have kids, but I imagine it's the first time, your kids look at you and you're like, you're pretty cool, Dad. That's what it felt like. Both my kids looked at me and said, Mike... We need to, actually, I think Kyle's exact words are, we need to start listening to your ideas. I think that's what he fucking said.
I don't think I said that either.
I think those are the exact words.
I think you're absolutely making that up a little bit.
No, I think that's exactly what you said.
No, I didn't say, you know what, we need to start. You always have had
What did
ideas.
you say?
We've never turned down your ideas. We've just elaborated more, and I'd be like, okay, this is what you mean by this? Yeah, hence, actually, let's not talk about that one, because that might
It's a really good idea.
Something. That might become something.
My first idea, I've had a lot. Actually, this podcast has had a lot. An ice cream buffet was one of my first ideas. I thought was really good.
Yeah,
because they do normally you go by the scoop and then froyo. It's a good idea. You're laughing because it's so good.
It's stupid. But yeah, go ahead.
They normally do ice cream by the scoop and then froyos by the ounce, which is weird. So why can't I just pay $15? And just go at it. You're not allowed to leave.
Yeah, you can't take any to go.
No. Yeah. But you can enjoy. Because I think it's good on both ends. The individual gets an experience of kind of you ever been to a really nice buffet in Vegas? And then they basically have a dessert buffet that could be its own store. And so that's what made me think this, but just ice cream and in a regular strip mall. And then... It's good on the businessman because how much ice cream can... Most motherfuckers aren't crazy like me.
Yeah.
Most people would just eat a normal size ice cream, kind of enjoy the environment, and then leave.
Yeah.
I'll be there for 2 hours.
You get your money's worth.
Oh, fuck, dude. I'll
more so.
Burn that place out. I don't know if this... Maybe I lied. Is this where it's all sold? They're sponsored by Twitch. Maybe we lied. Maybe they're cooler than me.
That's what I'm saying, but that's 2019. That was established.
I know, but it says Mixer and Twitch and shit all over it. Or do you think they just put that in there for?
No, I think they got partnered. I told you it blew up.
Copyright 2019 Gamer Goo Inc. But however, there is no federal registration that matches that for whatever reason.
So we got to file it and sue them.
First, U.S. is a first use nation,
so they win.
So if you used it first, regardless of when you filed it.
Should we do it in the UK or something? There's got to be a way to be fraudulent here.
Yeah, these brings up bad memories because I got
fraudulent-y things.
Yeah. Just a fraudulent trademark that was filed behind our backs.
Just minor stuff.
Just a minor thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Another idea I had to switch to a happier note is, and I'll give this one away just because I want to use it.
Yeah.
Chipotle needs a breakfast.
Dude, yeah, we've talked about that for a long time.
I talked about it on this podcast 5 years ago, bro.
No way.
Yeah, I swear.
People don't like. There's not one single company that does that. Like a buffet,
One because I was used to be upset. They only opened at like 11 or 11:30. They recently moved it back to about 10. But for the longest time, they opened up so late. I'm like, I need a fucking burrito. I have to train at 1. I need a couple hours before my burrito.
Yeah.
And then 2, breakfast burritos are delicious. So how do you not go into Chipotle at 7 in the morning? First option is some kind of maybe vegan option, scrambled eggs, or egg whites. Okay. And then since we're in the Latin theme, you go to some beans and rice. You do or do you don't. You do some breakfast meats, maybe like a ground beef, maybe a bacon,
chorizo,
maybe a chorizo, maybe a turkey sausage, and then maybe some kind of. They could keep their sofrita deals, whatever the vegan thing is, and then you move on to your salsas. You moved on to your maybe your sour cream. I mean, it's
you can have whatever.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know why not.
Ham.
It's so easy.
Chunks of ham,
bacon.
Yeah, breakfast food is so easy.
And in a burrito or a bowl, it would work the same. One becomes a scramble, one becomes a burrito.
The one thing that makes this a problem in my mind is that I am not a fan of chafing dish scrambled eggs.
What does that mean?
You know what a chafing dish or like hot table?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
It's same with like I don't like that meat either, but their meat's pretty fresh because they move through it.
Yeah, it can be, although sometimes
you don't have good Potlays.
No, you get that chewy stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you get the stuff that you know that has been there for a while and really cooked down.
But it's not often.
It is like Great Salt Lake salty.
Yeah.
It's like
I think some of that too is just inconsistency in the preparation of the meat. But generally speaking, I feel like they move through those tins aren't that big, so they move through them decently, and they cook everything fresh. So they could probably scramble up the eggs fresh. It wouldn't be like. What's the? I've had eggs like cafeteria eggs that are like
that's
fake.
what I'm talking about.
No, I know, but they could do real scrambled. I bet
or scrambled eggs that you get in a like breakfast buffet.
Yeah,
as part of like a conference or something.
And there's worse, but they're not great.
Or
in a burrito.
Yeah.
In a burrito. I mean, they go the cheap route too, though. I bet you they're buying the cheapest fucking carton of eggs at those places, like a hotel. Continental
breakfast.
Yeah,
it's all cartoned eggs. Yeah.
But the Continental is particularly, there's like grain in there. There's like something gross in there.
And those little omelets, the little Holiday Inn Express omelets they all look exactly the same.
Yeah.
So like, how does that happen?
And they're slimy.
They're frozen, whatever.
Yeah, but I bet Chipotle
like if you like this stuff, I'm sorry,
no one likes it.
Yeah.
The only shit stuff I like that is I like shit coffee sometimes.
Yeah, good old cup of Joe.
But like if you're in the middle of nowhere and it's like burnt.
Yeah,
it's in a really fucking thick mug, so you only get 3 ounces of coffee in your actual thing.
I only am a fan of that if I'm dying.
I don't know why I like it.
Dying, I don't like it at all. However, I did discover a new kind of coffee that I hadn't dealt with before: Cuban espresso.
Oh, yeah. Mike's had it before. He's probably the first one to ever have that.
I was the first one to ever have it on the
planet.
Cuban
espresso.
Yeah.
You had the Cubano with us and Jason Kalipa.
Yeah.
And then I had a fucking Authentico with my boy Jacob, our boy Jacob, in a gas station in Miami. That'll change your life. I do a red eye to Miami, so I'm stupid tired. It lands in Miami at like 6 o'clock in the morning, which is 3 o'clock in the morning my time. Hop up at the plane, go to I don't even remember because I think I was so tired. And Jacob picks me up. He's like, "All right, we're going to the gym." I'm like, "All right, fuck." And we do one of those, boys. That'll wake you up.
Yeah.
I don't do it at home.
Yeah, a shit coffee, I'd say after obviously with some food for like a hangover.
I think
some shit hot coffee that'll wake your ass up.
I think a lot of it for me is the traveling. So like I only have that shit coffee when I'm on the road. Yeah. Like I don't go to a diner here. I guess sometimes.
Yeah.
But not really. It would be like because I'm on the road. I don't eat breakfast when I'm at home. So when I'm on the road, maybe I would. You do a little diner, even a hotel, a little shit coffee hotel, Denny's coffee.
That's us. That
interesting.
One.
Oh,
yeah, never had it.
Yeah, I actually somebody that I follow on Twitter, who was in the original cast of Hamilton, used to do a little cafecito before performances.
Oh yeah,
like everyone would congregate in his his dressing room, and he would use one of those little stovetop espresso machines to make this stuff.
So my mom rocks a cafecito machine.
Cafecito.
What do you make it though? You make it an espresso and you just shoot it?
So far I've just put it. I have a French press thermal mug.
Oh.
And that's pretty much what I make it. My wife doesn't drink coffee anymore, so gastrointestinal reflux issues.
Acidy.
So she can't really handle, like, decaf cold brew she can do. But this
cold brew is supposedly not acidy.
Yeah, it's not so much, I think. I think that once your esophagus and stuff gets, irritated, sensitized, like all kinds of stuff can set it off. And so, But this stuff is really good. I've been drinking it right now, and I got like a giant thing of it. Got like 2.5 or 2.25 pounds for like. This is $19. I paid less than that. I paid like 17 something.
You know what sensitizes your stomach? Concrete in your every orifice of your body for
fuck
3
you
weeks.
Up forever.
Yeah. You're talking about the grinding situation?
Yeah, I threw my shoes out on the way out. You guys didn't notice. I was going to do a ceremony, and then I was like, I'll just
I still have a pair of those shoes.
I threw them out.
In my car.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And then I lost another pair to fixing the holes in the concrete.
Yeah, I just threw mine out. Yeah. They were like sitting at the bottom of the stairs. I'm like, hopefully that mess is over. We're not going to have to do that again. Yeah. And I'm not going to wear these
Well, we got to figure out what we're doing in the back room. For those of you who are wondering, we if you have not experienced it, you can go to the 3rd Street Barbell Instagram and look at pictures there, or go to Mike's YouTube channel and
Sadly,
see
though,
all the work that we did there.
The Instagram makes it look like good.
Just the grind before
or just like the pictures. Like Connor took good pictures. Mike has like this thing in his hand, but it's not like, it doesn't make it look like raunchy. Yeah. And even the videos are like obviously you know what I mean?
You don't know how super awful it was. It created like clouds. We had 3 different grinding machines over the course of a week. It cost $500 for the week, I think.
At the worst, I was using a mask every like half hour because the mask was black. And I told someone that, like, you're good at that. Like, bitch, I know. Like, I didn't have an option. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, and the like respirator style mask with the
full
cartridges though. Yeah, full, and you can't get the cartridges, and you can't get more masks. And
what do people want me to do? You think I want to do this?
We got a little bit of gray lung to go around. What's a little bit of gray lung among friends, really?
Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah. It's nothing. Yeah, my body will heal.
We didn't really have a lot of choice. If we were wanting to do it, we'd like...
Yeah, $15,000 was our other choice.
If Derek Zoolander can work in the mines, we can grind a little concrete.
Yeah, people work in coal mines all the goddamn time. They're alive.
Yeah, that's where black lung came from, though.
I know, but they're alive.
Yeah. Their lifespan's shortened. For sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but the thing is, like, this is.
But they don't own a cool gym from it.
This was a week. This is a week. This was not.
Hours.
There's still dust in the back room.
But the back room grinding's done.
Yeah,
we're gonna sweep it and then paint it.
We're gonna figure out something. Back
sweep
there.
it and paint it.
So for another thing, for those of you who are playing along at home, the back room that will be the media studio, whatever, is still a shambles. The rest of the gym's coming together slowly but surely.
Yeah.
But that back room...
The rest of the gym passes the eye test.
Yeah. The back room does not pass the eye test and does not pass the camera test because we are still dealing with...
many a thing.
Basically everything's hung up on the rodent issue. We the building was empty for a period of time. Sometime in maybe to actually December. My investigative work tells me December to when we got the key in June. So essentially 6 months.
Yeah, I think it's worse. Longer.
Maybe 7. I don't know. I discovered a picture that was posted from the inside that from early December. So anyway, So the rats took up residence. It became a rat hotel in the back there. And we are slowly but surely trying to get rid of them. And it has not been a fast process. And now we need to hopefully we're at the point where we can tear the walls up a little bit and find out where they're all coming in, try to seal that off as much as possible, and we can start the process of putting it all back together.
Well, the rest of us put together. Bathrooms are usable. We're changing lights. Yeah, welcome to our update show.
Yeah, really, this is our update show.
Yeah, the lights we have to change.
We've spent, I want to say... over $700 upgrading the lighting in that bathroom, maybe a little bit more than that. And paint,
exhaust fan on the way.
We've spent a few $1,000 on paint and stuff.
For sure.
And redoing the floors.
Yeah.
As I said, the grinding the floor on our own was, $400 or $500.
probably $2,000 of material.
Yeah, probably so.
Probably $1,000 in paint for the walls.
I just wrote a couple grand deposit check for the insurance.
We got insurance and equipment on the way.
Yeah, equipment on the way. Partial initial order of equipment, tens of thousands of dollars.
Custom apparel on the way.
Custom apparel, also thousands of dollars.
We have to do lighting change for general vibe, updating it from the 80s.
And energy efficiency.
For the greenies. Brightness. Yeah. And then electrical conduits. We need to move around. We need a couple more outlets because retail space.
There's a whole part of the place that does not really have outlets at all.
And then we're in the conversation, though. It sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot.
It's just the amount of time it's going to take between now and when we can open. And then there's the issue of being able to open, period.
And then there's COVID.
Not in our hands. So much of it is not in our hands. It's like, I don't know, we're in the end of the first of 3 phases, maybe, in terms of our ownership of this place, our stewardship of this building, maybe. With the first third being the heavy renovation part,
which seems kind of coming to a close.
Yeah, the second third being
probably getting equipment.
Yeah, equipment and doing
furniture,
finishing touches of the
accent walls. We didn't mention that.
Accent walls.
So every wall is just painted gray. It's mostly concrete in the gym, but that's obviously bland. But we don't want to style up like everybody else styles up, so we don't want to just throw graffiti everywhere or flags everywhere or branding everywhere. So we're throwing in a couple like metal accent walls to kind of vibe up the modern industrial boutique vibe. So that's a couple $100 again, maybe $1,000, but waiting, trying to find the right metal and how we're gonna do it, and how we're gonna frame it to look good.
What it's gonna look like.
Yeah.
In my mind, the third phase starts when we're actually able to sign up members.
Sure.
And what that whole experience is.
A launch phase.
Yeah, the launch phase.
Business phase. Yeah, and also like the phases or like the obstacles are all. There's like phases within that or obstacles within the phase that are independent but like going at the same time. So like getting the equipment because of COVID.
Yeah.
Has been an obstacle of its own, like COVID being an obstacle of its own. Like apparel during COVID or just apparel being unique. I've experienced, or we all have experienced with a lot of different companies in marketing and branding, but because it's actually unique clothing, it's not just like print a logo on a Fruit of the Loom tee.
Mm-hmm.
There's obstacles I've been going against there, and like these are all phase 1s.
Yeah,
like you said. So phase 2s will have its own thing.
Another part of phase 1 was really trying to figure out what equipment is going in the place,
and we still don't know. I mean, we know
we haven't really locked that down yet. We have a pretty good idea.
We know what equipment. We don't know how it's going to look or where it's going to go.
Yeah. We had
or how it's going to go. We know where-ish.
We had discussions about what is it going to look like and which vendors it's going to come from and which vendors can actually accommodate us and what we can get used and where we can and what that will look like when we actually get it in the building. And then completely aside from that is like our first big equipment quote was a little bit of a gut punch because it was more than we were anticipating for that amount of stuff.
But there's some randomness in there that we just didn't need.
And I think that part of it is really trying to pare down to what do we actually need, and then what can we accommodate if we have to have 6-foot distancing and people are not using or not necessarily lifting too much together or whatever. We don't really know how tight that's going to be when it comes down to it. But I know we don't want members getting sick. So,
and what the hell's up with customer service in 2020?
That's a good question.
I was tweeting, shout out to our boy Brad Loomis, owner of 3DMJ, and the homies Eric Helms and Birdo and great crew out there. Brad was tweeting me too. I was like, man, I haven't dealt with the shittiest customer service over the last couple months than I in my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
In my whole life.
And it's like critical to us now.
Well, it's critical. I think it's always so critical. Like, you go to McFlurry, you go get a McFlurry at McDonald's, and you know the machine's going to be out. But if they just nicely tell you it's out, it's fine. I understand COVID. I understand maybe you're working at home. I understand maybe you're on the cutting block. Maybe you're about to get fired. I understand there's probably less people working in your company right now. Guess what? I'm a fucking business owner. I'm doing the same things myself. Yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
And you still can do your job to the best of your ability. Yeah. And if the effort it takes you to type a email is just a 1 out of 10, and then the effort it takes you to be nice in that email is the exact same effort it is to be mean in that email or to be short in that email or to be, bro, you ain't getting paid by the letter. Just type me a little letter. Just say, hey man, rough time over here at so-and-so company. I'm not going to mention names even though I should blast your ass. Hey, it's a little tough over here. We're a little undermanned. Sorry I'm a little late to get back to you. Let me see what I can do for you to help you out. Checked with my manager. I can't really do much right now, but if you give me a week, if you give me a month, or check this route, or here's some resources that could maybe help you, or just flat out, I really can't help you. I am so sorry. I can't help you. I wish you the best. Give me one of those. Yeah. Even if it's fake. Yeah. That's customer service. Yeah. And instead, I'm one tick away from shredding you on the internet.
And that doesn't seem worth it, except that, people who don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care. A thing that I did a couple months ago, and I've got the free version of Grammarly, and it runs on everything. Oh, yeah. I think it sucks down quite a bit of power on my phone for whatever reason, because it seems to be running all the time. But on the computer, it's not bad. You're writing an email, and it gives you a little score over the side, and it tells you
how good your email is.
No, well, yes. But the thing it does is also tells you tone.
Oh, like, hey, you're in a bitch tone right now.
Yeah, so it's like it'll go from happy face to like
we need that for Kyle.
Yeah,
happy faces only.
Yeah, because it forces you to think about the tone of your thing. I mean, I'm looking for neutral to happy most of the time.
Sure.
Every once in a while, I'm angry.
Yeah,
and I like to reinforce that as well.
But I
want to be angry in a way that is productive.
When you also
just, like, say fuck you, and
you don't want that grumpy face when you're trying to be happy.
Right.
And that's the issue here. Is I don't think these people are meaning to be rude or short, but they're not even putting a hair and a thought into the communication of this.
And maybe they're dealing with tons and tons of emails in the course of the day. But you know
again, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care really either, because if I were in that situation, I would have a file open that had sentences with a kind of happy crap that 100%. You need to throw in. And actually, I've got on my Gmail, I've got a kind of weird predictive beta thing that they have going on, that if you start typing a sentence, it will finish it for you, and it's like either to the neutral or to the nice or whatever, on its own, and you don't have to really put that much effort into it. I mean, but if it were me and I were in a situation like that, I'd be copy pasting those things in just to save yourself keystrokes and to save your customer or your potential customer the frustration of reading some completely uncaring bullshit thing.
I think there's two big issues I have. One is that the companies I'm talking about are in still the scope mom and pop companies. In the scope, I'm not talking about American Airways or McDonald's, where I can have empathy too, but it's still your fucking job. If you think you're underpaid and you're working at one of these huge corporations, still do your job. Your job is to be nice. Customer service, literally the job of customer service is just to be nice. That's it. Serve me.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, we work for a business. That business could be in a potential position to hire somebody like you in the future.
Any of it. Or just like, again, the world sucks in so many ways. Right? Just be nice. Just write a nice email. And then my other issue, fuck, I already forgot it. So it's the mom and pops. Oh, I guess the other one is that the majority of the companies I'm dealing with aren't like scammers, and they're like good company, like they make good stuff. So like, I'm not coming at you hot. I've worked for scammy companies, and the people coming at me hot and personal, and I've still been nice as a customer service rep. I've customer service rep like 4 big companies, multi-million companies, dollar companies. And I've customer service for them, and I'm still in there, and not all of them are scammy, 1 or 2, and they'd come at me, and I would still, we're taking their money, or membership's a little weird, and so you're getting charged a little extra, and they're coming at me hot, and I'm still nice. You still try to figure it out. You still try to give them the best resources, and so if your company's doing good things, and I'm not coming hot, it's so easy. It's so fucking easy just to be nice. That's it.
I wonder if those companies prioritize like complaint emails, like what you're talking about, Versus like someone's like, hey,
maybe.
Which they should obviously handle both 100%. But it's like, I wonder if they're like, hey, if someone's bitching at us about this or this, like those have to go to the top. Those have to be. But still.
They're big companies that I'm talking about. Yeah, they're mom and poppy, but they're at the bigger scale. And I just don't. I literally can't think of a single reason to have a short or non-helpful customer service in the year 2020 when every business is online. I can't think of a single reason. I don't care if you're shorthanded. You can get to emails. Mm-hmm. You can pay one dude, and they can. If you go 10 hours banging emails, you can bang emails. I've done it. It's just not that hard.
You run out of emails 10 hours.
You would think.
You think so?
I've done a ton of emails.
It's a lot.
You really whip through it. I have another topic if you're ready to move.
I was just gonna say I was gonna try to cap this off and say what are any other of the frustrations that we've been dealing with?
That was probably the biggest one. Not even getting emails back. And so shout out to my local company. I love my fucking city, bro. I shot out 4 emails this week trying to get some quotes on some business. I'm trying to give you money. And I got an answer 1 out of 5.
Yeah, that's actually
like, what's pretty common. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? How are you running a company? How do these companies survive out there?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'm so worried about optimizing what I do. Answering emails like level 1. That's level answering DMs on my Instagram every day.
Yeah.
For a decade, then my emails, then my tweets, then my comments on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Like, if I can do that for my personal brand, let alone the businesses I own, you're a little company that has no internet following, and that's not a flex. That's just I have more people, more eyes to answer. And then when your only eyes to answer are your inquiry emails on your website, and you can't do that, and you're a local specialty shop in Sacramento, California, which isn't that big, you're not doing something right, man. And then why are you doing it? Why are you fucking owning a company? Because these companies, I know they don't have a customer service rep. Like, they're some of them are like construction-y companies that we've been talking to.
Yeah.
You can't even fucking email me back. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, well, typically the way it's going is they are all so busy that they don't really need us.
But even that. Again, like
that's not a good excuse.
Yeah, that's just the worst.
It's a little bit of reality.
Because then as soon as someone comes to me like, hey, I need this kind of piping, or I need this kind of woodwork, or I need this kind of cement work, I'm going to be like, hey, these guys fucking suck. They didn't even answer my email.
Yeah.
So your longevity of your business, you're done.
Yeah. I've had times where somebody was really not good in terms of customer service, and then they've come back to me later.
Sure.
And I'm pretty upfront and say, hey, like, I didn't have a good experience in this. Like, if you want to make this a better experience, let's go forward.
Yeah, I hate it. I just don't get why.
Yeah. If you're going to screw me over.
Same thing, though. The opposite, too. Like, when people are just bitches in line. If you're in line and you're Target or you're fucking at McDonald's and you're rude to the person, we're like, fuck you. I don't care if you had a bad day. Be nice. Just say, hey, man, thank you. Or your waiter, just say thank you.
Now, I will freely admit that there have been times when I'm super frustrated with stuff, and it's primarily because somebody is, they're a lower wage employee, and they're sticking to the rules that they've been, given, but they're not putting any thought at all into how it's all actually supposed to work.
Right.
So I will lean in heavily on those people sometimes and say, look, I understand that this is out of your purview, but I would like you to carry this feedback to the person whoever it was that gave you these rules, and tell them this is why it doesn't work.
But that's if there's an issue. If you're just buying a pack of gum and you had a bad day, you're not a bitch to that guy.
No,
I've been around you, but people are.
Yeah.
I mean, both ways. The customer service guy, I'm sorry, your daughter was rude to you at breakfast. Don't take that out on my email right now. I'm trying to buy some shit from your company.
I think the rudest I've been to anybody in a while is a couple of years ago. I went to see Joe Rogan, and the person behind me spilled their red wine all down my back of my chair. I was not very happy about that. And it was like I could see it coming.
Yeah.
It's one of those, you're already drunk and you're dumb, and here this comes. So I was like, I was not happy.
That's not company to company. That's just one drunk idiot.
Yeah,
which isn't.
Yeah. So what was your other?
The other one.
Other thing.
Silent mic thought of sellouts in the internet, and I forgot what, but I forgot what I was doing.
Let me just throw out for just a moment. People who are continuing to share wishful thinking conspiracy shit videos currently driving me crazy.
On social media?
Yes. Driving me crazy.
So I think we can go conspiracies because I enjoy
that
them.
woman who says she's a doctor, she runs a clinic out of a strip mall, and she doesn't deal with actual like in the hospital sick patients.
Sure.
And she believes in demon sperm. So I don't need to know. I don't need to know anything more about that to know that you shouldn't fucking share it. And when you see something that's that far out, you should go, I should probably investigate this a little bit before I jump into.
That's the issue with a lot
of bullshit.
Yeah, conspiracy or not, nutrition fact, basketball fact, it doesn't matter. Retweets are so easy, and people don't fact check.
At all.
And Google in a way is a fact check, but like there's so many SEO weirdness. You know, you really, if you want to put your name behind something, and to me a retweet means you're putting your name behind something, you gotta spend some time and read what's going on.
Yeah.
And then to the other one of that is it's white coat bias. It happens everywhere. This guy's a doctor and this or that. And say he's a doctor, and but then he's talking on a different topic.
So many doctors in the realm of exercise and nutrition and stuff are not doctors and don't have doctorates in anything that's related, and they're not medical doctors either.
Or opposite. Like, you could be a medical doctor and then you're talking on lifting, or you're a medical doctor and then you're talking on COVID, but you deal with feet. Yeah. And you're a medical doctor, you know, and this and that. And then the other, like, that's all white coat bias. And then white coat bias goes deeper when you just assume that someone struggled with Adderall to get through 5 years of school, that they're intelligent or know everything. Mm-hmm. There's good doctors, there's bad doctors. There's smart doctors, there's dumb doctors. There's a way to apply things or not, and that's the same.
There are good medical schools and bad medical schools.
Same with every job everywhere. And most people, I think, see that in jobs, like, oh, this is a good lawyer, like he really knows his stuff. This is a bad lawyer. But in doctors, for some reason, like, well, he's a doctor, my doctor said. Like, yeah, who the fuck's your doctor?
Yeah, that appeal to authority. People just buy that hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, yeah, fitness. You got some abs. Yeah, you can teach me about. You can teach me about training. You got some abs. It's again. It does kind of go back to research and what you want to. How deep you want to look into the truth, or how much you just want
to. Yeah, it's like, well, how many people are going to tell a doctor, or when they're sitting there, no, you're wrong.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? They'll be like, well, that's kind of like how we were talking about training.
Yeah.
Like if I'm new to training and I walk up to you, Jim, and go, hey man, how do I squat? And you say something that's outlandish that Mike would be like, that's completely wrong. I would be like, oh.
Right.
Okay.
Or if
like,
Jim's squatting more than me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, I'll go listen to that guy. Why would I listen to this?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You'd be like, oh, well.
Yeah. Like accomplishment and form are sort of different things.
Yeah, all of it is. Yeah. And knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, who are you going to question? Now I have that knowledge. Now my buddy who's getting into lifting, I'm like, yeah, man, you do this. What you told me that's like bad, and that's just and it just goes from there. And then it's like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
This turns into that snake eating its own tail forever.
Yeah.
Then you got a bunch of shitty squatters.
Yeah.
And that's what we have.
For sure. So did you
my sellout theory?
Yes.
So I was thinking on sellouts. I think I had posted something. Oh, it was fucking I did a Twitch deal with Nesquik, right? They make chocolate milk, right? I take no sponsorships, and I didn't sign a 5-year contract with Nesquik. Mm-hmm. We did a little partnership, right? They make chocolate milk. I drank their chocolate milk a lot as a kid.
I love chocolate milk.
It's hard to dislike their chocolate milk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I post it, and I put a little caption like, yeah, man, keeping me fueled while I'm gaming my tits off or something, you know? And some guy, and everyone's like, oh, dope, cool, Nesquik. And I'm, obviously, this is just from a creator's standpoint, because the one sore thumb is the one that got right? Some kid said, like, oh, all of a sudden you like Nesquik. Like, bitch, it's not like I've gone for 10 years on the internet saying, man, I really hate chocolate milk. And then all of a sudden I see a check. Yeah. And then I'm like, chocolate milk, right? Like, so sellouts. And that's what made me start thinking about sellouts. And so, and I talked about this, who asked me? Oh, our friend Mario's little brother's doing he was doing a research project to graduate college on Twitch streamers.
UCLA, right? Yeah,
UCLA. Yeah. So he came over to the house and interviewed me. And I forgot what the question. His was on celebrity status as Twitch streamers. And obviously, my Twitch is small, and I would never call myself a celebrity. So I spoke on what I would assume my bigger YouTube friends or what some of these guys go through. And selling out, and how they're treated, and how they're judged, and how someone who creates content on the internet gets critiqued versus America's stereotypical celebrity, right? So you see Tom Cruise in a movie every 3 years. He gets critiqued a month after that movie comes out, saying his part in that movie was good or bad. That movie was good or bad, right? His work in that movie was good or bad. He probably gets bugged at stores and stuff for sure. He's a celebrity, right? Tom Cruise goes on a Nike commercial or whatever the fuck, sunglasses commercial for the new Top Gun movie. And you're like, all right, Tom Cruise is getting paid. He's promoting these glasses, right? You never talk about like Michael Jordan sold out to Nike. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Some people may, but...
Yeah, but like the majority, right? It just doesn't make sense. It's Michael Jordan. He wears sneakers when he plays basketball. They made really good sneakers together. Plus, we like it. It's cool. He got paid an insane amount of money to wear these sneakers, right? And it all paid back, whatever. I'm not talking about the business sense. But somebody in the content creating space, at least how it started in the early 2000s, 2010s, it's gotten weird now, but it started as, and I hate these words because they're overused, but like an organic, authentic creator. Somebody showing themselves why podcast is cool. We talk for an hour. I can't put out. How many hours of podcast do we have in the world?
A lot.
Thousands of hours.
Yeah.
I can't fake. I'm not that good of an actor. I don't know if anyone is. Thousands. Even a movie. Right? Tom Cruise in a movie's acting for, a total of 45 minutes he's on screen. Right? You're not acting for thousands of hours. Right? This is just who we are at this point. Right? It's organic. It's authentic. And that's hopefully why people began to listen and began to watch and began to relate and began to learn. And because I can teach you what I fucked up on. I can teach you what I learned. So when then that individual goes and sells something to you, they are stamping who they are on it.
Right.
As same as when you're critiquing them as like a human. You can say like, yeah, I don't really like Mike's content. All right. That doesn't hurt my feelings. And that doesn't like attack me as a human because you don't like my content. It doesn't call to you or you don't learn from it or you don't enjoy it. Cool. When you're like, most of the comments are attacking us, right, as people. Right, Mike is stupid. Mike is fat. Mike is weak. Okay, all right. Okay, I get it. Mike's got a big nose. Okay, I get it. Right, and so then same thing when they're selling products. Though I find it's not like I guess what I want or I wonder is why are they so easy to critique like a content creator as like a person or what they do, but they don't even once. But then when they sell stuff, then they put them in like that celebrity category, and they're just saying like, they're just selling stuff. Like there's so much trash being sold on my Instagram and Twitter, not my personal one, but on my feed. Trash products, low quality, that literally have no science, don't work, that are just selling you false hope, and I don't see any negativity around it. But as soon as, you do something else like normal, or I just try to teach for free, or I'm getting ripped. And other people get ripped too. I can obviously just spoke for me. Like, how does that work? Like, how do you not see that this individual is now stamping their name? Hey, I'm Mike Farr, and this is by this, and this shit sucks.
Yeah.
And why do you follow those people? It's just this huge new sociology thing, you know? And I don't have a point to any of this. But I guess my point is that I can differentiate easily in my head that Shaquille O'Neal hopping on a Papa John's commercial. He's either getting paid or I know for a fact he owns Papa John's. He's selling pizza. Cool, man. I think that's cool. One, it's just pizza, so you can't really go wrong. Two, it's Shaq. This is his job, right? But now in this organic, what's supposed to be so cool evolution of how we absorb content through YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, podcasts, so unique that you're just so intertwined with your communities that in your audience. These creators, I guess, are taking advantage of that. And that's what irks me. They're taking advantage of what was something so cool. No one knows who the fuck Kevin Hart or Will Smith is. I love Will Smith and Men in Black. I don't know a fucking thing about him. But you watch the shit out of Omar Isuf, and I'm telling you firsthand, that's Omar Isuf. Yeah. The dude's lived in my house for months. That's Omar Isuf. You really get an insight into that human. If you like his content, you like that human. That's fucking cool. There's no, it's like a real connection. And there's a real trust there. And Omar's one of the few that doesn't take advantage of that trust, right? But there's all these other motherfuckers in every category. I just know fitness obviously well, but comedy, makeup, whatever it might be. And you're taking advantage of your audience, selling them dog shit. And the audience is just sitting there soaking it up. All these little, I hate the term too. We talk about it too. A bunch of little sheeple running around.
It's not my favorite expression.
But because everyone's using it now. If you don't call a conspiracy out, you're a sheeple.
Yeah. Or if you don't buy one.
Yeah, you're a sheeple. Yeah.
That's the one that particularly.
But on both sides, you're a sheeple from both sides.
Yeah,
you can't be woke to every party anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone thinks I'm sleepy.
Yeah, I think like with the sell thing, if it's not it kind of has to be like a reflection of the creator, sure, in some way. But like if it's something that's not hurting, like as someone who if someone consumes Silent Mike lifting video and stuff like that, you would think they'd be like, oh, dude, this is dope. Like Mike got a he's getting some money for supporting or shouting out Nesquik and stuff like that. You're like, oh, dude, hell yeah, get the bag kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most are.
Yeah. And I think where it starts getting into that area of like, okay, this is kind of weird, is when it's no longer a reflection of their character.
Well, it's not timeshares; it's chocolate milk. It's
Well, for me,
exactly.
mine was just what triggered my thoughts on the selling out. Like I wasn't that offended, but it's how many. And then I'm scrolling through Instagram, and you'll go to somebody's page, at least in the fitness space, and 5 out of 10 posts are promoting a different company, not even the same company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And all the products are either insanely generic, and maybe that's me being judgmental, or they actually are hocus pocus.
Yeah.
And we've had many very expert guests on this show proving they're hocus pocus.
Right.
All the main products I'm talking about. And they're still in the comments, look good, homie. Hey, Jack. Hey, look great, girl. Hey, I'm going to buy that. Oh, use your code. Nice.
Yeah.
And I guess both sides. I want responsibility of the creator to not break that trust and to have a backbone in what they do and not just get the bag for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, counter to that, I want the audience and I want everyone out there in the world to take responsibility in what you're absorbing, what you're promoting. Because as soon as you buy that, as soon as you double tap that, as soon as you elevate that person's voice, now you're elevating more fraudulent activity to me.
Yeah.
Like, to me, you're almost a fraud.
The thing I do appreciate about Instagram and this stuff is if somebody is in a paid partnership, it actually says.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, well, not everybody does.
Yeah,
though.
well, they could go to jail.
I mean,
It's
theoretically,
the law now,
yeah.
No, you get fined. I'm joking, but yeah. I mean, it's the law now. But even still, I don't know, man. It's just something I hate about the industry. I just absolutely hate it.
Yeah. With the selling out, you have to point to something when you're saying selling out. And it's like, oh, you're selling out. Like, how the fuck are you selling out to something that has like protein and shit? Like it's not CBD oil or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, that's my point. Yeah.
It's like you have to point to something. You can't just say, "Oh, sell out." No, dude. You have to point to something and say, "This is why you're selling out." You're sponsoring a product, so you're making some money on a product. I don't understand. Like, you have to look at something. And it's saying like Mike's insanely picky, man. I could tell you that. Like, insanely picky about even the littlest thing. If an email is worded kind of weird, he'll be like, "Nah, man, I don't like the way this guy's vibe is. We're out."
Yeah,
like, literally that happens all the time. I'm like, oh shit, okay, like
I'm a hater.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan of the template letter.
No, never
And
answer that.
we get a lot of that. We get a whole lot of that.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily respond to any of those unless it's a product I think might be interesting. And it's so often, even if it's a product that's interesting, the terms are shitty.
Yeah.
You don't really get anything. I mean, it's very unbalanced.
Yeah,
and not worth it.
It is just a psychology game because, like, if you sell everything all the time, you might not have like the same engagement, but eventually people just get used to it and they're never going to call you sellout.
Yeah,
but I take one partnership every 2 years.
Yeah,
bust it. And again, it's not about me. I actually wasn't that offended by that because it's so ridiculous. Like, oh my god, bro! I told you to drink the most famous chocolate milk company in the world. Screw me.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, it's I really am not offended at all. But what I am offended at is the content creators that take advantage, and I'm really offended that audiences out there give life to these creators. They're nothing without the followers, and they're nothing without the audience, and they're nothing without you give them a voice. And I think both ends need to take responsibility, and you can trickle out all the way down as far as you personally want to go. Right, where you put your dollars is where you're putting your vote. Right, and I'm not that extreme with a lot of my views. Right, so I don't let that trickle down, but it's layers to it. And when you're elevating a voice that's putting out false information, sharing products or selling products,
it tarnishes you.
It tarnishes the whole industry. Yeah. Right. And
those people will buy any stupid idea. Let's send them, off on a tangent.
Right. And then
buy some stupid thing.
And the creator too, whether they're doing that purposely or maliciously or not, I'm not saying they're all malicious, but they don't put thought into like, oh, this guy wants to pay me this much. Why have this platform? Yeah, I'll do it. Rather than like, what does this reflect on me? They're thinking about more. It's different when you're acting, was my point. With the 100%. Yeah. When I'm acting, if someone wants to hire the character Silent Mike to go in an insurance commercial on TV, I'm probably not going to think twice. But as soon as they say, hey, Mike Farr, you're posting this on social media to the audience that you've worked 10 years to gain their trust, and here's, $1,000 to talk about this dog shit, I'm not going to talk about dog shit. And that's maybe just where my moral line is. And I do understand people want to make money. I get it. And I understand capitalism.
That's how all this stuff works. Social people can make money on social media because they create followings, and then people pay to get access to their audience.
Sure.
It's the same thing with YouTube. It's the same thing with podcasts. These
even our podcast though, like in a podcast to me, there's layers to it. Our podcast, we do run commercials at the beginning of our podcast. They're not really sponsorships. Some, you know what I mean? Like we're voicing we're voicing a billboard for a company, which is different than me stamping my name like this company partnered with me, they sponsor me, I'm part of this company, right? That's different to me too. And even with that, you and I have rejected just as many as we've accepted.
Yeah, and then the other piece of that being that if you're not, and even if you are accepting ads from outside sources, you create things that are your own and you promote them for sale.
Sure, a little creativity, hard work.
Yeah,
that's all. Another topic you can get me fucking ranting on.
I think we will see a number too on Instagram a lot of the time. So like, oh, this person has 1.5 million followers. Okay, they're selling this product. I think it's more desensitization. For sure. Honestly, too. It's like, oh, well, 1.5. Oh, okay, they're promoting that. Yeah, it must be all right. You know, it must be. Sometimes it's like, no, that product is absolute shit. Like you're paying $40 for nothing, that kind of thing.
A lot of that, you know, even just Instagram ads that are they're not partnerships with people, they're just ads or whatever. I take a lot of that stuff as just information, like being exposed to something that you wouldn't necessarily have known about otherwise. Instagram is really good about that, to be honest, because there's a lot of stuff that and some of it is complete bullshit and some of it's helpful,
right?
You know,
but it's the same when you buy any product, right? I guess that's the thing, is that like when you endorse something as an individual creator. You're putting a lot of weight in that. You're putting at least I am. And maybe, again, people don't see it the same as I do. And you guys are going to be out there like, man, Mike really sounds like a hater and really bitter over someone hating him drinking Nesquik. Like, fuck you. I'm not mad. What I'm saying, I'm just trying to make a point, is that I can't change the industry.
Yeah.
These are things that I think are wrong in the industry. And so then I'm voicing my opinion on them, because I can't, I'm not sure, if I just go and text all my friends or all the people I know that do this, it's not going to come across right. They're not going to take that critique. But if I just try to flatten, what I'm trying to do is explain why I think this is an issue, right? And then you guys take it as an audience. Maybe some people that create content are listening to this and they at least think about it. You know, this is just food for thought, where I think it's another side rant that's attached to this. I saw like this graph, you know, and you see these circle graphs where things overlap, you know, and like, you know, I don't know what it is. Like, I like sports, and then like basketball.
Oh, Venn diagram.
Like, whatever, right? And one is capitalism and like bad things. Capitalism can be bad if the individual doesn't take responsibility to allow their morals to go evenly with their need to make money, right? If you allow the greed for money to overdo any decision you make that conflicts with your morals, now capitalism is bad, right? But it's on the individual who owns the business. It's on the individual that purchases into the business. If we all still allow our morals or our humanity to be involved with our decisions, now you can have some happy capitalism. Because I like making money. I love making businesses. I like making money. I like nice things. I like living, not worrying about my bills. I like not worrying about just like everybody else. Yeah. I like really nice things. I like fast, nice cars. And I'm going to get some fast, nice cars here. But I'm going to do it.
And Connor's going to get a refrigerated tricycle.
An ice cream tricycle for $600. That probably doesn't even move.
Probably not.
But I'm going to allow, you know, I want to do it on my terms, I guess.
Right.
And it just frustrates me that these people who claim to be organic, they claim to be authentic, they claim to want to be helping people, right? What's like, there's all these cliche terms out there like my truth and what are these other shit terms that really piss me off that people misuse? Serve. People always say serve. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help and serve you. You
if you could just refill my coffee cup, that'd be really sweet.
You helping what purpose? Purpose. What purpose do I serve? Who am I serving? I'm here to serve. How can I serve you best? That's how people are talking to their audiences. And I trust me, I'm sorry if you guys are listening and you think I'm hating on you. Maybe I'm hating on you if you think I'm hating on you. You know, like
it might be you. It might not be you, but it might be you.
If you're very defensive right now, look in the mirror. But I think you can serve and have a purpose. And I want to help people get healthy. I want to help people laugh that are in a really dark time. I want to create content for people who are grinding concrete. They can plug in our podcast, and maybe that hour goes a little less taxing. I want to help people. I want to make money. And they don't just have to be one or the other.
Right.
Where I just feel like there's people that just don't give a fuck. Just give a fuck. Mike 2024.
On just to transition to something and end with something positive. You know, our gym is 3rd Street Barbell 3SB. That we're not able to open yet.
No.
But from the beginning, we talked about the concept of good company, and I think it'd be just a nice little ending point to talk about what good company means to us. What that means.
Lead the way. You came up with it.
I came up with it, yeah. And that almost was like that was in the running for the name of the place in the first place. And to me, it like I have experienced being in situations like with gyms or whatever, where everybody was pretty cool with each other, everybody was supportive of each other, everybody had common goals, and everyone wanted to have a good time, but what that necessarily didn't mean that everyone wanted to get shit-faced together all the time or any of that kind of stuff. Everyone was supportive of one another, even sometimes grudgingly supportive of each other, because it's like that sometimes. The world is not, good company doesn't mean that no one's going to be a little bit, jealous of what somebody else is able to accomplish, but for the most part, not letting that turn into,
or that means you'll
negativity or hate or
friends
whatever.
with everyone.
Right. And also, it means to me that the environment of the physical environment is also welcoming. You come in and you feel comfortable, and you feel like it's a place that you're feel safe, and you feel like you can you feel supported in your goals, and you feel like you can accomplish things there that you can maybe not accomplish other places or on your own. So that's what it means to me.
I dig it. Yeah, I think a lot of the same. But to me, it's the individual responsibility within a group to be a part of something bigger than yourself, to be a team player, for lack of a better term, and to want to do it, whatever you're doing. More importantly, who you're doing it with. Mm-hmm. I don't like grinding cement. If it was just me, I probably would have never grinded cement. But I had the team of these 4 guys, Connor, Kyle, Jim. And so I grinded that cement like a mother. Even Kyle said, he's like, bro, I think I lost you for a couple hours. He's like, I was asking if you want me to take that thing over. I was like, bro, I was gone. But I had you guys there. I was going to finish this thing. And so you kind of zone out. You kind of get into it. And that goes back to some of my best friends. My best friend Jared, who passed away, was that guy. Like, it didn't really matter. I did a lot of things I really didn't want to do with him, but you were around him, you had a good time. Yeah. And to take that responsibility individually to try to make a good time with who you're with, and then choosing who you want to be around, and then a lot of the environment.
I think that there's a thing in psychology, and I could be getting this completely wrong, called fixed action pattern, where you get locked into doing something and everything else just kind of fades away.
Yeah, it felt like flow kind of.
Yeah, flow, similar to flow, except that fixed action pattern can be positive or negative, whereas flow is always
positive-ish. Yeah, this I think I was in flow. It turned out kind of positive. Like, it made time go in a good way. But yeah, so good company is that. Good company is part of it. I like the positive, and Mike says that I do this because I'm a team player, but the truth maybe is that I just am not good at making decisions. But if the whole group really wants to go to McDonald's, I kind of want to go to Burger King. I'm not going to say Burger King. I'll just say, like, all right, let's rock with McDonald's. Or these guys really want to go to a baseball game. I don't really like baseball. Instead of just staying home, I'll be like, all right, I'm going to roll. Mm-hmm. That's good company to me. And that's, again, it's on the individual to add to the bigger picture, to be a part of something bigger than yourself, of the team, to create the good company. Mm-hmm. Because as soon as even if I go, but I say, I hate baseball, that's not the good company.
No.
That already just shit on this.
Right. You're not a part of it at that point, even though you're in the car with
I'm
us.
there. I'm there, but I'm not a part of it. And Jim's got his hat on, and Kyle's got his fucking big league chew in his mouth, and I'm just like, baseball shucks. Like, that doesn't help nobody. I just got to say, like, all right, man, I'm going, get me a beer, and then I just show up, and either I'm talking to you or I'm paying attention, or I'm.
And it's about the people that you're with,
100%,
the company, and not. This is my grandson with a blue.
Oh. That's the biggest ice cream and smallest cone I've ever seen. Is that ice cream or is that cotton candy?
Is that cotton candy, or
I thought it was ice cream.
Bubblegum ice cream?
Yeah.
It is entirely bubblegum ice cream.
Oh,
it's the smallest cone and the biggest scoop. That's so
dude.
Funny. That looks good, though.
So blue. That just came in from.
That's funny.
Came in from Canada. This is also my grandson, who does not want to leave the house without a hat, and will leave.
He's going to turn into me.
Leave the sunglasses on without a problem. He's 3. He also has no trouble wearing a mask. So there.
Easy.
Oh yeah. He had that mask, the Superman one, right?
The Superman mask. Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
Mask required in Nova Scotia as of the 31st. So
everywhere.
Everywhere. You got anything, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, back towards good company, man. I mean, it's gonna be somewhere around our door, man. Like I think, like when you walk into the gym or whatever, or the rug of like basically like leave it at the door, leave it outside, and like leave whatever, man. Because like you can go to any one of us in the gym, and hopefully we're trying to build a kind of community where you walk in, you'll see a guy maybe you don't know, chick you don't know. You can even maybe if they're obviously they want to be cool and talk to them and stuff like that, just like ask questions. Just for anybody, you go up to anyone, ask them a question like, hey man, I see you're squatting like this and it looks like you can handle this weight really well. What are you doing? Like how are you doing that? Because I've done this for 5 years, I can't do it right. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna learn from each other like crazy. I've already learned a ton from everyone like in the room right now. Just while we were working, man, I learned a ton. We're gonna be the kind of place where you can walk up to literally me, Jim, Mike, Connor, and ask them anything. You literally ask them any question you got. Hey man, when's the next poker night or something like that? Whatever, we're gonna do community stuff like that. Any sort of question. We don't want someone to walk in there and feel like not necessarily uncomfortable, but just like it just feels like kind of a gym vibe. Like no, we kind of don't want that. We kind of want people involved. We don't want someone like you want to be somewhat like positively intimidated. Like if you see someone squatting 800 pounds, you're like, dude, this is dope. Like this is sick. I want to be in here. Even though you squat 135, nobody cares.
There's a difference feeling of wanting to train by yourself and training alone.
Yeah.
Right. So like, if
that's
you
what
want
I'm getting at.
If you want to go in there and you want to put in your headphones and squat in the corner, that's fine. But you're not alone.
Right.
Someone's gonna be, whether you know it or not, we're probably gonna be clapping for you on that big set. Someone's gonna be watching.
Yeah. I think it's actually just something you said sort of sparked in my mind. Like it's also not. It's not just that it's good company, but it's almost it's an encouragement to be good company. When you come in,
we set a new standard basically. We're trying to set a standard. That's what we want to do. Set a tone when you walk in. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Got anything, Connie, to close us out with?
Good company to me is being able to completely be myself and having other people around me accepting that.
And you should understand that we give Connor a lot of shit. We give Kyle a lot of shit.
Oh yeah.
Connor and Kyle give Mike a lot of shit.
And we give Jim a lot of shit, dude. We give Jim so much shit.
But the way that we do it is it's never very uncomfortable or anything like that. It's all the normal stuff that you get from being in a group of and I would you can't say guys because
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere and it's everyone. Yeah.
I think people want that. I kind of want that. Mess with them and poke at them.
Yeah,
like,
that's how you know you're being accepted.
Yeah. To Connor's point, I think that's like how you feel comfortable. Obviously, you feel like yourself, and then you can also be like you can train by yourself, but not be alone. If you are that person, that's fine. But I do think it takes a little bit of effort. It takes effort to be yourself, even though that sounds stupid. It takes a little courage to be yourself in most situations, even though that sounds stupid. And if we all allow that, and then we become a community, whether that is online with our audience, with our apparel that stretches internationally or in person, the environment that in basketball we had a rule, you said what's up and goodbye to everybody. So you came in, we fist pounded down the line. Like we had a stage on our basketball court, like the stage of my school, and so that's where everybody just sat and put on their sneakers and stuff. And you just literally walked the line. And at the gym, very least, you just throw up a little peace sign while you're walking out the door, just a little something, and that will turn into I want to say goodbye to everybody because I'll feel weird if I just leave. In the improv world, there's a tradition that you pat everybody on the back. And everybody pats you on the back, and you say, got your back, got your back, got your back. Yeah, it's cool. And I've said this before, but the thing about improv is that you're not alone. Yeah. You can feel like you're very alone, but in reality, if you're surrounded by people who do not want to see you flounder, they'll be there to help you if you get stuck somehow, or they can take something in another direction, not just stand there and watch you turn into a puddle of shit on the floor. Improv's cool example too, because it's one of the few things I think that are real teamwork besides team sports. Because if you want me to be on my best, because that's going to make your job so much easier. Because if I start stuttering and saying something stupid, now you got to pick up my stupidness, right? Or you got to pick up my dead space, or you got to pick up my not continuing the story. But if I bring out some fucking funny shit, it's easier for you to jump on. Obviously, like team sports, and with the apparel and with the in person, that's where a lot of like kind of our lifestyle branding will go. It's things you want to do with individuals, things you have to do with individuals, things you have to do with a friend, and maybe you can do it alone. Again, you can train by yourself and you can play basketball by yourself, but it's much more fun to do it not alone when you choose to go work on your jump shot rather than playing with a teammate. But yeah. I think it's good.
Yeah,
I think it's good.
Let's close this one out. Connor, where can people find you?
Oh, dude, tug away. Hey, we need to get these two kids. Connor deleted his old Instagram for some reason. He went through like a 23-year-old existential crisis for no reason. His life was only getting better, and he just disappeared into it. He got a tattoo. He dyed his hair pink, and I'm deleting my Instagram. So we need to get him back up to 10,000 followers. I think we can do it.
Dude.
I'm continually losing followers on Instagram, so
that's just how Instagram. Me too.
Yeah,
me too.
We're gonna get you.
No, everyone is. That's how Instagram. Max Tuning's really upfront with it. He's like, wow, I'm back down to whatever number, and he'll post it. Like that's just how Instagram is right now. I don't really
progress.
know why.
I'm down.
That's what he said.
That's TikTok. That's what I did.
Oh, that's true.
He did go TikTok. He's TikTok.
All right, follow his TikTok and his Instagram, but let's get 10K on the ground.
Is there a swipe up for TikTok at a certain amount?
There's not.
Is there anything with TikTok like that or no?
I don't think you can.
What's your TikTok?
Add Augusta Films if you play FIFA. If you don't, then probably never go to that page. That's all that is. And on Instagram, at Connor O'Neill.
Fair point.
And I'm at the Jim McDonald. No, I'm Kyle.Castro, and there's like 2 O's or 3 O's at the end, I think, or something like that.
2.
You don't even know?
I think there's 2.
It's 2.
Mike, I got to step it up. You're right, man.
You got to
remember. It's time to step it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, give us a rating and review. Brand new show every single Wednesday. Updates coming, new shows coming, new guests coming. Probably staying casual until we can get a better feel on what the hell's going on. I'm Silent Mike, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want to find me.
I'm at the Jim McD on all the social medias. Follow the show on Instagram. We are 50% facts, where percent is a word. Facts. Wait a minute. 50 is just numbers, and the website is the same. I need to update the website. I have been too busy to do everything that I need to do, so I've been hitting the high spots on literally everything lately, so cut me some slack. I'll talk to you.